A low frequency hum begins to bloom, a silent pressure. Digital haze forms, neon lines trace the air. A silent observer, the sound system breathes a deep underlying rumble. Electric and restless, energy gathers unseen, unheard by the eye.
But felt deep.
Steady pulse aligning for what's about to be known. Circuits prime, the power flows, a current through the wire. Silent clicks, a loaded matrix, fueling the internal fire. Deep drumming underfoot, a resonance starting to climb. Frequencies rise as sirens call, not heard but deeply sensed. Saints ascend, a charging surge, tension tightly condensed. The baseline thickens, a gray wing wave pressing against the chest. Let's flicker system strain, putting all to the test. That sub-level growl gets louder now, the ground begins to seize.
Ground begins to seize. Now we get to seize. Now we get to seize. Now we get to it's a crushing wave, explosive of a bomb. The soul sinks to risen, gloves of something in your heart. While start to crack, the ground begins to bump. Pure sonic power, every fiber shakes a heavy contract fuck. The sun is souls embodied, rounds of different dismarks. Until the pressure, now the breeze through, leaving no resistance.
Now they're getting welcome from the top of this. Through the haze, a target flickers. Movement sharp and quick. Precision aim, a burst of energy. A rapid riff and click. The bass keeps driving heavy, relentless. A pulse within the fray. Footsteps pound a rhythmic pattern, pushing through the digital day. Every impact felt a jolt below. A tremor in the frame. A breath held tight, the chaos brief, a moment to reset. The low and hum is steady, anchor the pressure not forgotten yet. Reload it, rethinking the strategy shifts, prepare for the next wave. A deep sustained rumble holds the air, the sonic power it gave. Anticipation builds again, a quiet heavy dread. Now the dissipation builds again, a quiet heavy cave. Anticipation builds again, a quiet heavy dread.
Now the surge, the final push, distortion starts to crackle and scream. Takes a stream.
System bakes and begs, power for a surging stream. The sound system begs for mercy, but the ring just grows. A throbbing pulse, a monstrous beat. Everyone around just knows the NG peaks, a final charge.
The bass ready to blow. Go, go, every takes a go, begins to save.
Digital haze forms, neon lines trace the air, a silent observer. The sound system breathes a deep underlying rumble. Electric and restless, energy gathers unseen, unheard by the eye, but felt deep. Screen glows bright, a grid of light, mapping out the zone. Heartbeat steady, pulse aligning for what's about to be known. To climb. sirens call, not heard but deeply sensed. Strange to send a charging surge, tension tightly condensed. The baseline thickens, a growing wave pressing against the chest. Lights flicker, system strain, putting all to the test. That sub-level growl gets louder now. The ground begins to cease. Precision aim, a burst of energy, a rapid rhythmic click. The bass keeps driving heavy, relentless, a pulse within the fray. Footsteps pound a rhythmic pattern, pushing through the digital day. Every impact felt a jolt below, a tremor in the frame. A breath held tight, the chaos breathed, the low and hum. Steady anchor, the pressure not forgotten yet. Final charge, the sub bass ready to blow.
A low-frequency hum begins to bloom, a silent pressure. Digital haze forms, neon lines trace the air, a silent observer. The sound system breathes, a deep, underlying rumble, electric and restless. Energy gathers, unseen, unheard by the eye, but felt deep.
Screen goes bright, a grid of light, mapping out the zone. Heartbeat steady, pulse aligning for what's about to be known. Circuits prime, the power flows, a current through the wire. Silent clicks, a loaded matrix, fueling the internal fire. Beat drumming underfoot, a resonance starting to climb. Pushes rise, a siren's call, not heard but deeply sensed. 6%, a charging surge, tension tightly condensed. The baseline thickens a broiler, weighing aggressive against the chest. Lighter viper system strain, putting all to the test. The sub-level growl gets louder now, the ground begins to sound.
target flickers. Movement sharp and quick, precision aim, a burst of energy, a rapid rhythmic click. The bass keeps driving heavy, relentless, a pulse within the fray. Footsteps pound, a rhythmic pattern pushing through the digital day. Every impact felt a jolt below, a tremor in the frame. A breath held tight, the chaos brief, a moment to reset. The low and hum, a steady anchor, the pressure not forgotten yet. Reloading, rethinking the strategy shifts, prepared for the next wave. A deep sustained rebel holds the air, the sonic power again. It dissipates on death again. A quiet, heavy dread.
A low frequency hum begins to bloom, a silent pressure. Digital haze forms, neon lines trace the air, a silent observer. The sound system breathes a deep underlying rumble, electric and restless. Energy gathers unseen, unheard by the eye, but felt. The glow goes bright, a grid of light, mapping out the zone. Heartbeat steady, pulse aligning for what's about to be known. Circuits prime, the power flows, a current through the wire. Silent clicks, a loaded matrix, streaming the internal fire. Keep drumming on the front, a resonance starting to climb. Chakras rise, the sirens call, not heard but deeply sensed. Cease the sang, the charging surge, can't you tightly condensed. The bass life theme for growing wave, pricing against the dead. Lights system strain, put it on the test. At some level, grow gets loud, and now the ground begins this. Like bass hits, pushing way, it's placed me in a bus. Full trouble, slings your different cars and put me near. It's how strictly hard to suffering from the ground begins to bite. They got the light of favor, shines the heaven, quite the stars. They fight, you'll feel like the biggest golden part. Will flush out my life, leave my images behind. Through the haze, the target flickers, movement sharp and quick. Precision aim, a burst of Vinsky, with me quick, me click. The bass keeps driving, heavy, relentless, a pulse within the fray. Footsteps pound, a rhythmic pattern pushing through the digital flame. Impact felt, a jolt below, a tremor in the frame. A breath held tight, the chaos brief, a moment to reset. The low end hum, a steady anchor, the pressure not forgotten.